am Maria. My Muslim name is Feiruz. And I am a mixed Asian who used to live in the Philippines. And then now I am living here in Bahrain. How did I convert, or let's just say reverted as a Muslim? Well, before even that, I didn't know about the Shahada thing. Although I've read and I heard about the 5 pillars of Islam, which is the first thing is the Shahada. And then I've been doing the self-study myself, and then I got married. Of course, I got married to my husband first before even that. And he's been like my guide slowly. So jump into the Shahada. It was one afternoon of Wednesday, January 22, 2020. It was one afternoon of Wednesday, because I know already about the Discover Islam. One time I told him that Wednesday, I said, would you drive for me? Can you drive me on Sunday? I'm planning to visit a Rifa, Discover Islam. And then he said, okay, why don't you try to visit the Manama branch first? So I said, all right, let's go visit now, like that. So we went visit there. That was around, I remember that was around 6 o'clock p.m. So we went there, and then right there, when we went inside, what was going on in my mind is, I just want to ask if what kind of class they have, like how I'm gonna add more knowledge about being Muslim and then the Islam and things. So there's this one guy, he's Brother Muhammad Islam, his name. He introduced, he's very polite and he's very, what can I do for you, what can like that. So, and then we ended up going to the library of the Discover Islam Manama. And then he started telling me, no, I asked first, I said about the class and everything. And then the first question that I remember, he told me, what's stopping you? He said. I said, no, there's no stopping me. Are you on doubt? I said, no, sir. I was calling him sir. No, sir, I'm not really on doubt. Are you hesitated about Allah? I said, no, not at all. I believe so much. I just don't know how to be a Muslim, or let's say more on the guidance to become one. So, and then he started telling me the story about the embryo, about Allah is the creator, created everything, about the Prophet Jesus, Isa, and about Prophet Muhammad. It was, and then we also talk about Adam, Noah, and Moses. The Prophet Muhammad, I remember when he said, could you imagine Prophet Muhammad was an illiterate, couldn't read, couldn't write, but he did this revelation for 1 month. And then I was listening, yeah. And I already read about it actually, and then I was watching about it also, but I want to know more. And then, so moving on, it was almost an hour. We were talking about it, and then I have some question like, what is dawah, sir? What is like this, like? And then he just answered straight. I think that's the only thing that I'm waiting. And then my husband was there with me. And then suddenly he said, so, when it's about Allah, sister, there's no hesitation, there's no delay. You just do it if you really feel it. If you really believe on it. And then I just stopped. I said, yeah, I'm not hesitated. You could do the Shahada first, and then after Shahada, you can learn more. Just practice what you preach. It's like that. Just learn more about Islam, about becoming a Muslim. Then it's gonna give you a guide. So I said, okay, let's do it then. Let's do it now. And then I said, are you sure? Yes, brother. And then suddenly, I think teary-eyed. And then I felt cold. And then I burst into tears. I suddenly burst into tears. And then he was just like, it's okay, take it easy. You just have to follow what I'm gonna say. Like that. So before the Shahada, during the Shahada, and even after the Shahada, I was crying. Even when I did the Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah. I was crying during that time, and I can't explain why. And I'm glad I'm not so crying much right now. And I couldn't explain myself, but all they said around me, my husband and him, in front of me, it's okay, it's normal. And then one thing that made me more burst into tears, Allah embraced you, Allah hugged you. You are now back to Islam, reverted. The reaction of my family, they're very happy because I'm far to them, right? So now this generation, we're doing the video call. I did my shahada Wednesday night. It's nighttime, it's different time to them. So I just said, me and my mom, I said, I'm gonna say something important. So they know that when we do the video call, family, we have this group chat, only family, like siblings and mom and dad. And then my dad was outside and my mom's like, hey, come here, your daughter's gonna say something. Maybe you're gonna pick her up to the airport like that, or really like that. So they sat down in the sofa, living area. I said, you know, the Shahada means, I explained first. The Shahada means declaration of your faith to Allah. That's the start of the 5 pillars of Islam. And I did that last night. I am now a Muslim. And then, of course, they don't know how to say like, mashallah, like that. They just, really? That's good. Like they're laughing. And then I also started telling them how I ended up in that, discover Islam, how I did it. And then my dad was like, because he's a dad. So, that's good, daughter, that's good. And then my mom is crying also. Like, she was so affected, you know, in the story. And then my dad was just, they started asking me also and got interested. And then because my dad said, well, I think it's also not impossible for us to be a Muslim because we don't eat and serve pork at home. We don't eat it. And then we don't celebrate the Christmas style, like the usual Asian style. I think it's also going to be possible for us. So without me telling them like, you should do like this also, you should be like me, you should be one also. Just like what my husband did to me and my husband's family. It's them who said like, I think it's going to be possible for us to study and learn about being a Muslim also because they can see me. I'm like the very first Muslim in the family. So it's something that they appreciate and something that they want to learn more. And then they're so happy. And then of course my siblings are not there at home that time. So I just told my siblings in the group, I'm already now Muslim. And they said, oh cool. Can you share us at least some knowledge about being a Muslim? About the story, you know? Yeah, of course. And you know what? Guess what now? I'm doing the video call and then teaching them slowly whatever I'm learning right now. Like everything, even the word, what's the meaning of Bismillah, the Alhamdulillah, and even my tiny niece, she knows already before she do the food, Bismillah. Like she knows it's cool, you know, to hear that, you know, a new generation kind of family. Studying and learning about Muslim, that's good. And then that's it. And then they're all happy. They're all happy. And of course, the family of my husband, they are more happy also, of course. It's like more of a blessing for them also. Reading books, and I got some books from the Discover Islam, and they're giving it away for free actually. And then there's this mosque we visited, Al Fateh Grand Mosque. They also have a bunch of books in there, and you could choose any language. There's Tagalog, there's Chinese, there's Korean, Japanese, and English. So I just grabbed one, and then started reading it. So far I got like 5 books. I read about the story of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, about Prophet Jesus, Isa, and then I read about what's the exact definition of 5 pillars of Islam. Those 5, like from Shahada, Salat, Zakat, Zom, and then even the pilgrimage, the Hajj. And then I read about Mary, about the story of Mary, and this is the latest one I'm interested so far. And then I actually briefly almost done about Prophet Ibrahim and Ismail, Isaac, about the mother of Hajar. And then it's also weird, maybe to me only, but it's also weird when I'm reading this kind of books, like example about the story of Ismail, about the water. It also touched my heart because way back home we don't really focus much on this kind of the Bible thing, the books thing, the religious thing. We do study it in school, but it's not really so focused, And now that I'm adult, I can read, I can write. I just read everything like a normal kind of way every day. Right when I woke up, I would read anything right away. I also read, of course, before I read anything, especially touching the Quran, I know already. Wash, make sure you're clean and all. And like my husband said, that's the best thing to read Quran when you woke up. So I woke up pages by pages when I read the story about Prophet Muhammad, and even memorized the Al-Fatiha already. So, and then I'm now in Al-Baqarah. Yeah, so that's how I do it. Just reading and then listening to Sheikh Asim Al-Hakim on YouTube. He's really so good and so clear when it comes to sharing about the knowledge about Islam, about those who embrace Islam, and even to those who are not embracing Islam yet. And being a Muslim, being a good Muslim, being a do's and don'ts, the haram and the halal, he's so good in explaining those kind of things. So that's how I do it, reading books, and of course videos like YouTube. That's all. And then the guidance. Those who don't know much yet, of course everyone knows in the world about the Islam, they just don't know much, doesn't have enough knowledge. I would just say one word: this is the most and best guided religion in human being. Because I always hear that with the Muslim people, this is the best religion, the most truthful religion, the most this, the most that. As for me, I just became a Muslim a month ago. I could say this is the most guided, not misguided, most guided. Like it will really guide you in that path that you wanted to, not just path to Allah. Allah is merciful. He would always give you chances. And then at the same time, being a Muslim and being just a new Muslim, embraced Islam, I would say I really got a good guidance when I entered Islam. Before I even entering it, when I read about it, and when I started having knowledge about it, it is really most guided kind of religion. Like the path is really straight. You don't have to go left and right, just go straight. And it's also gonna make your personality, and as a human, being a Muslim, you would realize that, oh, really? Like when you weren't a Muslim, you wouldn't think about these things. So, but when you're a Muslim, you're gonna have a change of the patience. That's what I actually noticed to myself. The patience, and then the personality started being, feeling different. Like you feel so light, like that, and then you won't do anything to harsh or harm anybody, because you know what's gonna be the punishment if you do that as a Muslim. And so far I've learned to love also the body, meaning love the body, whatever you eat, how you do it. And also I've learned about all the things that the prophets experience, and then now becoming a Muslim in this new generation, it's just really a good guidance. It's a good, most guided kind of religion.